Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're just landing here. I'm a Fefe with Touch by Tarot and Beyond. Woo! Yesterday was rough, and I have to come right out and apologize to you all. I got it wrong on Indiana yesterday with those incumbents who resisted Trump in the redistricting. 5 out of 7 of them were the incumbents got knocked out by Trump's replacements. Man, I did not see that coming, you all, and I'm so sad. I guess it's just, some people will never learn, and who knows, maybe my energy was tuned into what I really wanted to see. Uh, Jeez, but I tend to get it right way more often than I miss, right? But I'm always going to keep it real with you, and I'm human, and yeah, did not see that happening the way that it did. Yeah. Okay. Onward. And Ramaswamy looking like he's going to try and really make a run for governor of Ohio. That's going to be real interesting, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Here's what's really happened today that Spirits brought to me to sit with today with you all. Abbas Arachi, Iran, in China today, meeting around what to do around the war. I'm getting that China's going to go ahead and get some things moving in ways that this whole situation in Pakistan, trying to mediate with Steve Witkoff and Kushner. We see how far that was getting things, but the China situation is different. Why? Because Arachi got there ahead of time. He's there today talking about how to get the Strait of Hormuz open. We know China wants that to happen, but also who else is scheduled to go to China and meet with Xi Jinping next week? Trump, right? So Trump needs a win right now, really bad. And what I'm getting is he's planning to go there and negotiate a really good to try and get trade deals going back flowing. A lot of that tied to the Strait of Hormuz. So what I want to look at is this now going to really be like a ceasefire? Is Are we going to get over the hump with the Iran war, and will there be an agreement that holds based on China's intervention, not Pakistan, but China's intervention? Spirit, woo, will we see a ceasefire because of China's intervention with Trump, especially when he goes next week? Will this hold? Ace of Cups right at the bottom. If you read with me, you know that when I get aces, that's my spirit guide's way of saying yes. And also coming in cups, so a feeling really like a sense of relief that this is happening. And oh, lo and behold, I look down and I got death. I don't ignore major arcana. The end of it, because there's a couple of things. There's a lot of things at stake, but whereas Russia, because I read on that recently, Russia was all for it. Russia's like, let it go on and on. They were offering assistance to Iran. They're making money, right? Their oil, the Russia's profiting off of this. But China, on the other hand, is not. And China needs that strait open for their trade. China being a larger trade partner with the U.S. And again, Trump needing a win. He needs to be able to have an international trip that he can return from, thump his chest and say, see what I did. Spirit, will Trump's meeting with Xi Jinping next week, will it be advantageous? Will they reach a trade agreement? The Tower, interesting. I see that more as a breakthrough. The Eight of Cups, walking away from the war, and the Ten of Wands, because it's become too much. Because it's always been a no-win. Spirit's been really, really clear on that for a while. The Eight of Cups is walking away, but Trump needs to be able to walk away with what will appear as a win. I did this. I negotiated this. I see the Tower as a breakthrough or a break apart from too much. Ten of Wands. It's too much. He cannot win. And Spirit's been clear on that. Experts have been clear on that. The Iran situation is a no-win. Spirit, will a ceasefire agreement take hold? Three of Pentacles, definitely working it out, and China being now in the mix as someone as an entity that can really in a way that the Pakistani situation, the negotiators there were not, it wasn't happening. But this, and also because Trump will be the one there, with in these talks with Xi. So yes, we worked it out. Page of Pentacles, new agreement, new trade in effect. So this is actually good. A lot of it is going to be, of course, we know the spin and the propaganda that, his art of the deal, that he's going to say it all went his way and he's gotten what he needed. Spirit, will this improve trade with China? Will this lessen tensions and improve trade with China? Ace of Wands. Okay, so thank you, Spirit, being really clear on that today. We're getting to the bottom of that. So this is a good thing, and you will see a lot of the Abbas Arachi's visit there set some things in motion. It is also shown that Iran is not alone. Iran does have clearly support from Russia. We saw that, but again, Russia wanting to continue it. Will this heighten or tighten relations between China and Iran? The Queen of Cups, that's on behalf of the people and goods, and the Six of Pentacles, for sure, 100%. Six of Pentacles, a card of give and take, and this is solidifying China's relationship with Iran, also showing and demonstrating that Iran is not isolated and a lone entity in terms of, having to basically cave or being portrayed as caving because of, it's them against the world. China is going to be a partner, and an increasingly advantageous partner in that Six of Pentacles, trade partner with Iran. And there is a part of that agreement, what is happening today with Arachi there, part of that agreement is to China's advantage. Am I seeing that right, Spirit, in terms of their flow, their economic flow and trade within the Strait of Hormuz, the sun? Whew. Thank you. Spirit is being so clear. Thank you, Spirit. So yes, this is a win for China. It is something that Trump, when he gets there the 14th and 15th of May, he can come back and say, aha, look at everything that I did, and make it appear that he's the reason that all of this has happened, when in fact it is Iran who went to China, set the stage. China recognizing that they have a lot more pull with Trump in terms of economic resolutions. And right now, with affordability, everything that's coming up for the midterms, Trump needs that win. So he's going to make it look that way. But at the end of the day, this could be very, for everyone in America and the world who wants to see the Strait of Hormuz open and see this war stop. Really interesting as well that just yesterday you had, to show you the disarray of this administration, just yesterday you had Hegseth or Kegsbreath and Kane doing their presser talking about Operation Freedom is still, is still in effect. We got it going on. And then 5 minutes later, Trump went behind it and said, we're going to pause it. Like, there's so much disarray. Speaking of disarray, I want to look at, also, we're understanding the DOJ, Blanche, the DOJ is in trouble, you all. Mass exodus of attorneys. That's been going on for some time now. But we're also understanding that they can't get the replacements. So you've got potentially midterm shift. Investigations galore are going to be coming, right? Congress is going to, once that balance of power shifts, Congress is going to go ballistic with investigations into the administration, and they are not going to have the attorneys in place, and certainly not capable attorneys in place to counter that in any way. I want to take a look, Spirit. What is the future of the DOJ heading into the midterms between now and the end of the year? What is the future of the DOJ? Are we looking at it completely crumbling and being unable? The moon, they are worried. And the Seven of Wands, they're telling me don't ignore that, and because the Chariot was coming beneath it. I get it. They don't know which way to go. And the because the chariot is the ability, usually in this context, the ability to press forward, keep going with his retribution campaign. The James Comey fifth attempt or whatever to go, not going anywhere, right? So just as Pam Bondi was ousted because she wasn't able to push forward, on his retribution campaign, she wasn't able to push anything forward. Todd Blanche is in the same situation. You've got the chariot coming; he ain't gonna be able to push it forward. The moon, there's no there. That they're trying to create pretexts out of the dark. Essentially, they're trying to come up with something out of the dark that will stick. Seven of Wands, keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. The chariot, but there's nothing there, and there's nothing for Todd Blanche to hang his hat on. And the exodus of these attorneys, now we understand they're offering $25,000, the DOJ offering $25,000 signing bonuses with new attorneys willing to come on, and retention bonuses to try and keep those who are there. But at this point, who with any kind of real, muscle behind them, qualified attorneys, are willing to do it? The tower comes back. You all, the DOJ is in deep trouble and a serious dismantling. Spirit, will this come from congressional investigations as well? After the midterms, will this be congressional investigations? King of Wands, that's somebody leading the congressional investigations in Congress, or calling for them. Could be House Oversight Committee, Arms. I'm hearing Arms Committee, because this Iran situation and everything that happened, and the illegality, for entertainment purposes only, that's associated with it. It's not going anywhere. Spirit, is the White House panicked over this? Do they see this coming and recognize they're not going to have the ability to fight it? The Six of Pentacles. They're trying. They do see it coming. They are trying to line up personnel to fight it. They're already anticipating what those investigations will be. And there's the Sun. They recognize that this is coming. 100% this is coming. But their ability to mitigate that and fight it, they're not going to have the personnel. Spirit, will we see a lot of these players pay the price? In particular, Keg's Breath. The Six of Cups, for what he's done in the past. So he's going to be first and foremost on the table. A lot coming at Keg's Breath. But also, I want to take a look. Spirit, are we going to see Todd Blanche ousted? Will Todd Blanche be ousted as well? The Three of Wands, there's already growing momentum to get him out of there because he can't do it. And the Hermit. Not yet. Because there's nobody. Who else is Trump going to use? Who else? We know Blanche was his personal attorney for a very long time with the New York cases and otherwise. Not right away, but I get this Hermit as cases built against Blanche. The Three of Wands, the growth of detailed information that Congress, certain members of Congress, are already building to go at Blanche. Because even though, and the Five of Pentacles, and he's not going to be able to fight it. Blanche is not going to be able to fight it. And Frump, Spirit, are you showing me with the Five of Pentacles, Frump is not going to back him. He's going to turn at a certain point when he realizes Blanche can't give him what he wants. Four of Wands, exactly. He's, at a certain point, Frump is going to realize Blanche is not going to be able to do any more than Bondi did. And I also am getting a sense from that Four of Wands that this is also the return of the Epstein files. Once, because that's not going anywhere. Eight of Cups. Trump is going to turn on Blanche, but he's not going to have anywhere to go. It's almost like he And this is, you know, depending on if he's even still around by the end of the year, but it's almost as if he Trump starts to starts to just willow away, is essentially just, I don't care anymore. Do what you want. I don't care anymore. The King of Cups, the King of Pentacles. These are I get ooh, this is Besant, who is in closed door testimony today, if I'm not mistaken, around the Epstein files, right? No, no, no. This is not Besant. Who's the one? Shoot. Somebody. Who's in testimony today? Is it Besant? Ten of Wands. I don't want to misname it, you all, but there is additional testimony that's being given, that where the Congress is going after, like, immediately, as soon as they take over, they're going after these people, and you're going to see Trump cave. And going back to the point with the DOJ, there's no backup there to protect them. And the Nine of Pentacles, there's nobody there. They're running out of money. They've spent exorbitant amounts of money for malicious prosecutions that were not justified, and you're going to see Congress go after it based on money. That almost takes me back to Besant again, Treasury Secretary. He's in trouble, big trouble, big trouble. All right, so that's what I got for today, you all. There's and the Nine of Swords, huge trouble and cannot be protected. So those two issues are really big. Trump is gonna come away from China trying to pretend or trying to sell the fact that he did a good thing. Iran's done. Trade, the Strait of Hormuz is going to open back up. But meanwhile, what's happening on the domestic front with these malicious prosecutions is going to start to blow up, and there is no place for him to go. Blanche is not going to be able to pull a rabbit out of that hat. He's going down, as are the rest of them. All right, you all. I'll talk to you a little bit later. This actually, Indiana aside, I just but this is something that needs to happen. Not gonna bring down gas prices right away, unfortunately. Okay, Spirit, thank you. Will we see relief financially? Will we see some reduction in gas prices shortly after the strait opens up? Will we see a reduction? Strength, I like it. But I also feel like and the Two of Pentacles within a couple of months, but not by much, you all. This is Pentacles move slow. Two of Pentacles feels like a timing element to me. Strength represented by Leo around July. So this won't be instantaneous, but we will see some differences. And certainly we've already seen the markets start to rebound. So people with 401ks, etc., that will happen, and he needs that. The one reason why I'm getting a really strong impression of that is, remember, time is ticking, and he's got to need some sort of win. He's feeling really high on the end of what happened with Indiana yesterday. That he's still got the pull, he's still got the old magic, and so to the extent that he's trying to also bolster candidates for the midterms, he needs those wins. He needs some of those prices to come down. He needs the markets to be strong. He needs to pull out of and have an excuse for pulling out of Iran, right? So that's what's happening. Chin up, shoulders back, right? Keep breathing. I really appreciate your time and your energy here. I love the comments. I love the exchange. I love the participation, because we are stronger together. We need one another. And we always have the sky above us and the earth beneath us, holding us down. All right? I'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Bye.